And good morning from Scotty, Ray, and Candace as we begin. Today is Friday.
It is, and I'm so glad.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
Still a little bit of talk lingering around about the debate that happened the other night. And
yeah,
you're finding most people done what?
No, look, everybody I've asked, customer-wise, they didn't even watch it. And if they did watch it, they watched maybe 5 minutes of it.
She was kind of hard to take, in my opinion.
I'm going to tell you what. I was just sitting there and watching her with that grin on her face.
Yep.
Just looking, it was tacky. It was not, she didn't have a bit of class as far as I'm concerned, I didn't think.
And we need to toughen up Mike Pence just a wee bit.
I mean, it was so many opportunities where he could just jump in or like just take off going back at her, and he just didn't. He's just too nice.
But the general consensus is, I know that they said the ratings were big, but locally, I'm still not hearing a lot of people. They go, I turned it off.
I think people are just done.
Yeah, they know who they're going to vote for.
Yeah, they're just done, and there's so much corruption, and it's obvious that it's so much corruption, and I think that they're just thinking it is what it is. It's going to be what it is.
Let's
and
get
what
it on.
What am I going? I just hope people don't say that and go, I don't. Why should I even go vote? So and so is just going to win it anyway. Please don't do that. Please go vote. Yes, because I think it's going to be like we were talking about.
It'll be the base that elects somebody.
Right, and like you said, when Trump first ran, people didn't think he had a shot.
No, they didn't.
I mean, at all. And look, and everybody was putting Hillary ahead, and then
polls don't mean everything.
That's right. So.
We were talking a minute ago about activity up at North Hill Street. What's the new place coming?
I heard that Popeyes is going to go into chicken baskets.
Oh, the old location there?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's what I heard.
They're tearing that down. I saw that.
They're just, they didn't tear it down to the ground. I think they just are modifying it to be more like what they want. But, and there's a Burger King, I think, still going in where the park used to be.
On the other side of the street.
On down the street where, where the amusement.
Well, it'll be good to have some chicken on this side of town.
Look. Yeah, but look how much chicken we're going to have. We got Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I forgot about that.
But Popeyes, I like Popeyes chicken.
We're still trying to get a Chick-fil-A on this side of town.
I know it. I wish somebody would just step up and put a Chick-fil-A over there. We'll put it in the shopping center down the road on North Hill Street.
But that would be a good addition. But it's good to see some things happening there in the North Hills area. It adding on. I remember as a kid, it was Broadmoor Shopping Center. I guess nobody ever calls it that anymore, do they?
I still call it Broadmoor Shopping Center.
You do?
Yeah, I still call it that. I can remember as a kid going in stores over there with my grandmother and stuff.
And then the other street didn't even exist across there. At least it wasn't 4-lane back in the day.
No, But it's grown over in that area, and it's steadily growing. So it'd be nice as I working in North Hills to have something else to choose from. So I'm glad Popeyes and Burger King are coming.
I'm shocked that Dollar General just didn't buy it all up and put them all over the place.
Is there not a Dollar General in every corner?
No matter where you go,
I know.
There's a Dollar General.
It's like there's a Dollar General at every red light.
It is. Coming up, we're going to check the weather and let you know what Hurricane Delta is going to do today. And she is projected to make landfall today, so we'll go deep into that. And again, keep prayers out for our friends in Louisiana because it's bad.
Because it's supposed to hit around the same area.
Yeah,
isn't it?
about 20 miles east of there, roughly. And again,
I don't even know that they've recovered.
They have not. There's still people without power. So our hearts go out to them, and I know that there's going to be fundraisers and things to take clothes and this, that, and the other. And if you have one of those, let us know. We'll be glad to mention that and get that out there for everybody. Right. So that's up and coming. And also, we'll take a look, at your headlines with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. They're located there in Sicalina. That's not far off from here, anywhere off 19. Just take a left there and head on down 494, and you'll find plenty of lawnmowers to choose from. If you're looking for a great mower, the Skag is one of the best that's out there. They can show you, let you take a little test drive on that. And if you're looking for an X-Mark, they have those as well. When it comes to tractors, they got in a new shipment of these. If you've been needing one with cabin air, check this out. This is one of the new ones there. Keep you cool during the summer and keep you warm during the winter if you got to move hay bales or whatever the case may be with that bucket. You'll stay warm. Different sizes, different horsepower. They've got those in for you now. All with buckets there, and you'll really enjoy that. One of the handiest things that's ever been made to a tractor. As we go to implements, now, not only implements do they have, if you're needing parts for your lawnmower, if you need new blades, you're a do-it-yourselfer, if you need A new belt, they've got that. If you need radiators for your tractors, anything that comes to that, they can get you your parts that you need and get you back going again. And, of course, bush hog blades as well. These are the galvanized ones, the 5 and 6 foot. You can get the box blades, or if you're looking for a disc that'll do the job, maybe yours has had its better day there, or you've never had one. They've got them for you there, all stacked up and ready to go. From hay forks to, well, a front-end loader there if you want to get the take advantage of these with the forks on them. That's handy to have. You can pick up a whole lot more, move things around with the extended forks. You'll like that. Also, the Bitchy, that's one of the new items that they carry. They started carrying this. They're made in Texas, the Warrior. Now, of course, you can get this equipped, this 1000, with the air conditioning and heating for the winter months, electric dump bed, power steering. That's really nice. And along with the LED light bar, so much to choose from. They can tell you more about it. Go by, take a look. And if you're looking for a smaller version, the 550 to run around and feed cows with, they've got those. Any color that you may be looking for, from dark green to light green to a racing one if you're more into that kind of thing. And tan, white, camouflage, red, they've got them. Where do you find it? Highway 494, you're going to find them all there. Yep, at Freeman Tractor. Drop in and see them today. They'll certainly help you out. Now, there's going to be a lot of weather action today as we move through this. And, you know, what's going to happen, we don't know all the details yet. It's coming ashore here in a little while, so the forecast is going to update several times before it's all said and done. I'll be here to walk you through that as it comes along. I was checking over here to make sure there hadn't been any new updates since I last looked over that. What we've got now, let's take a look here. Let's start with what the National Weather Service has told us so far this morning. And again, I'm going to have more updates on this as this moves along. Delta, we've got something here that has a slight chance of forming. We'll watch that. Delta is the only major thing we've got getting ready to come ashore. As we move forward to look at this, this is the projection path. It's moved just a little bit to the east before it's going to make landfall. These are the winds that we're looking at. And, of course, the meridian area lies right in here in this area here. Between 10 and 20 is what we're looking at here. When you get into this lighter green closer to Jackson, the heavier it gets at Jackson, they'll have a lot of winds. And then, of course, Louisiana here. We'll watch this area here for us here as these winds start coming in and coming near us. So, oh boy, it's going to be a mess. We've got Friday around 8 a.m. the winds start coming in. By 2 p.m. they'll be in this area here with us. Now, there's a light breeze. I don't know if you've been outside yet. Light rain and a light breeze going through the trees this morning. As we go here, potential rainfall. It looks as though we're going to get a little bit more rain than we were originally planning to get. That's not horrible, though. That's going to be in between 1 to 2 inches here in our area. The higher end up in this area, 4 inches. So we're right on that borderline of getting more here in Lauderdale and Kemper and Neshoba counties. So we'll watch Newton County included in that as well, right on the borderline there. We'll watch that. And again, it's going to be more updates as we move forward today with this. These are our warnings and watches that we've got out this morning at Lake Charles. And again, I ask you for your prayers for those folks there. There are many, many people who don't have power from that first storm, Laura, that came through that have not recovered things. Their houses are still a mess. And this is almost a direct hit again at Lake Charles. It's just to the east of Lake Charles. But the brunt of the storm, the eye of it when it comes through, it's not going to make a difference whether there's 10 or 20 miles difference in there. It's still going to affect them very badly. As we look at Mississippi, only the extreme western edge is in this tropical storm warning here. They're going to get a lot of winds, but our area, again, off to the east here, we will get some winds, but not near what west of Jackson, Vicksburg, and those areas are going to get. New Orleans, also in that tropical storm warning. As we look at potential power outages, of course, Lake Charles, and again, I mentioned some of those folks hadn't got it. Basically, everything that's been done is going to be wiped out again, and the power companies will have to start over. It's going to stretch definitely up to Monroe without power. And then we've got the possibility from Morgan City all the way up through Macomb and Jackson area up here to Memphis, almost to Memphis here, back over to Shreveport down to Beaumont that could lose power. Most likely here on this eastern edge is more likely to lose that power. So watch that. Our area, we could lose a little bit there with the small amounts of wind, but it's not going to be this. It's not going to be widespread like it will be starting at the Jackson area and back west. So keep those also in your thoughts and prayers this morning. As we look at severe thunderstorms that will happen tonight, we're really at that cutoff line here. We'll watch this. Any movement can push this up into our area tonight. From Jackson down, this is going to be a Laurel, about Laurel right through there, that line there. But again, it could easily move into Wayne County and up through Clark here. We'll watch that. I'll be on standby to go live to walk you through this. And we'll watch this stuff around Hattiesburg. You never know how it'll do. It'll affect us. So we'll watch that very closely. The great news, we are not already in a red saying that we're going to get it. So we have been blessed here in the Meridian area. Clark, Kemper, Newton, Scott counties, we've been very blessed this year with what the weather we've gotten. We'll watch it as we move forward. The temps over the next 10 days, this, of course, bringing us some cooler weather here. That is good news. As we move forward, the storm predictions, of course, we're going to be in this area for storms today. The heaviest here down on the coast. It gets a little bit heavier. That's that line that I mentioned just a minute ago right there at Laurel, the cutting edge there. And then so we do have a slight chance of storms coming here. So it's going to be a busy night as this thing comes ashore later this afternoon. Let's pull up radar this morning and take a look at what we've got. This morning she's sitting here, and let's see what she's got. She's got 121 mile an hour winds this morning with 150 mile an hour gust, moving north at 11 miles an hour, 953 millibars, category 3. And again, that's 121. What she has done over the last little bit, as I said, she did take a little bit of a turn east right before she makes landfall. As we got this, it's going to downgrade. We've got a 3 here, and right at landfall, it's going to change to a 2 this afternoon to wind speed of 109 miles an hour with gusts of 132. It will come in just to the east of Lake Charles. This is roughly about 37 miles due east of Lake Charles. It could be somewhere around 35 of the exact location, but it's going to be, it moved from right here over to here. So we're looking, it took a shift of about 20 miles to the east to near Jennings, Louisiana. Welch sits here. We've got Iowa within Lake Charles. But again, the eye of this, when it comes in here, if you'll see that that's really close, it's going to be rough all through that area there. And Lake Charles is going to get it just like they got before. Lafayette is also in the cone of this when it comes across. As it moves up the state, when it gets to Alexandria is when it will make its turn there. And that comes on up to Jackson, Mississippi is where it will take in all of Vicksburg. And it cuts in there at Jackson, goes north of us, and gets the extreme northwestern corner there of Neshoba County. We'll watch this area very closely. We could get some storms there, and then cuts across, taking in all of Winston County and getting the northern portion there of Noxubee County. This is Kemper County here. This is Noxubee County. We'll watch all those areas. All right, as we look at rain today of what we've got going on this morning, eastern Kemper County, this is Highway 45 here, as we turn on our locations to kind of show you there. This is going to be portable right here where the Chicken Shack sits. This is going to be about where 2 Mile Bottom. This is Endendale across here to the state line. Light showers just to the east of the Ralph Morgan Rodeo. Up around Dalewood, we're getting some showers this morning. Rainbow Lakes is getting showers also a little bit by Toomsuba, and we go out here. Of course, this is going to be where the Simmons Wright building is, and between there and Alamucci, some light showers. Nothing heavy at this point. Over here on the western side of Lauderdale County, we've got a slight shower just due west of where Walmart sits. Nellyburg sits here. This is going to be right in this area here. Some light showers, not much to it. Light showers at Graham as well. But the forecast for today, as we pull this up, we're looking at a 90% chance of rain today with thunderstorms by the evening hours as the storms gets closer. Our high today will reach 83. Our wind should be somewhere around 10 miles an hour. As we move into tonight, the wind will pick up to between 10 and 20 miles an hour, which can cause those power outages. It'll be back and forth. Could be some locally heavily rainfall tonight. 80% chance of it, it's going to happen. We're going to get that. Tomorrow we roll in with a 90% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Heavy downpours at time tomorrow. 78 is going to be our high. It's going to be a wind from the south-southeast, somewhere between 10 to 20 miles an hour. Then into a 70% chance of rain tomorrow. And then by Sunday, things start looking a whole lot better. There is a 50% chance of showers early and then kind of fading away with an overcast sky later in the day. So that's good news. That's a quick look at what the weather is calling for so far. We're going to stay on top of that. Let me make sure that the National Weather Service has not updated anything in the last few moments, and I don't think they have. Let me refresh this over here to make sure. So far, no changes from what I had a few moments ago, but they will be making changes as it gradually comes across today. So I'll have plenty to talk about. A few things that I wanted to mention. Today's high in history for Meridian was 93 back in 1990. The coldest that we've had, and I don't remember this, and I should, was the year 2000. We had a low of 37 degrees on this day back in 2000. I didn't realize that. As we look at this time compared to last year, where we're sitting at about 83 for today, it was 91 for a high 1 year ago today. Kind of remember that one. Some notes on this. Delta will make history today for being the 10th actual hurricane to make landfall this year. Previous record was 9. That was set in 1916. That's interesting. Took a long time to break that record, and it will do it today. As it goes into the record books in Louisiana, this makes the fourth storm to hit Louisiana. It ties with a record back in 2002. But what is interesting about this is the first time in 134 years that it has hit almost the exact same place on the western side of Louisiana that's been hit twice within a thing. It was a 134-year thing record broken. Wow. And then also want to mention the Bama game has been postponed until 6:30 tomorrow night with Oxford. So that's moved up a little bit, and they've done that for the rain changes. It should most likely, the heavy rain, be past Oxford by then is what they're betting on. So 6:30 game time for Bama and Oxford. That's going to be happening there with Ole Miss. So if you're going to the game, be careful there. More to come as we watch this weather. And again, I'll be breaking in with updates as we get closer to everything that's going on. And I want to bring this up. As Sanders Gas, I'm going to play their commercial here in a minute. If you've been looking for a way to keep power when power goes out, talk to them today. Chuck, can I've got one ordered. I'm going to get my house set up, my studio here, on a generator to where when the power goes off, it automatically kicks on. I'll have some pictures of this in the next couple of days there. Very affordable. One that will run several air conditioners, 22 kW, about $6,000. Now, they have cheaper models as well, but one that kicks on, you don't have to worry about, runs everything in your house, somewhere around $6,000. That's a deal. Talk to Chuck. He'll tell you about it and get you set up and get you one ordered there. If you're tired of your power going off and sitting in the dark, that's the way to do it. See Sanders Gas. They'll help you there.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Hurricane season is here, and like most Mississippians, you know the drill. Organize a severe weather safety kit, know how to safely use a generator, and have a plan of action to keep your family safe if a hurricane threatens. And when outages do occur, you can now report and view current outages through our free smartphone app or website at emepa.com. Remember, when storms come in, be ready if the power goes out. East Mississippi Electric Power Association is your local Touchstone Energy cooperative.
And welcome back with Scotty, Ray, and Candace as we roll into this Friday morning. No shopping today, no new clothes, no nothing?
No, I didn't shop.
Okay.
So.
All right. I'm just checking on you.
No, I did shop a little bit, but I didn't shop.
Now the truth comes out.
Yeah.
Are you, because I'm going to do a podcast eventually on people that hide what they buy from their spouse. Are you one of those?
No, I don't hide. Well, I mean, I just bring it in.
And shove it over there real quick?
Yeah. I'm not one that lays it out and goes, look what I got. I got this and this.
But there's a lot of people that will get it home and hurriedly put it wherever so it won't be questioned.
Yeah, put it in the closet or something. Yeah.
It's just such a rarity that I buy something because, well, I'm a man and I got most everything.
Yeah.
She buys my clothes. What am I going to go get?
I know, but like hunting stuff.
Occasionally I'll get something. I bought a scope a year ago that I waited 15 years to buy.
Yeah.
And then I had to really think hard about it.
Yeah. Those things cost a lot of money.
That's why I thought really hard about it.
Is it one of those you can see in the dark?
Yeah, just about. It costs enough to do that.
Yeah.
But as we start rolling this morning, headlines that are around the nation, and of course this come out late yesterday afternoon, the 25th Amendment. Oh, Nancy.
Oh, yeah. Trying everything, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And this is just one of those things to where we need to get along.
Yeah.
Just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean you can invoke the 25th Amendment. She knows that a doctor would have to sign off on that something is wrong. They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
It's another ploy. The vice president would become acting president. It's not going to happen. Of course, that made him mad. He can't handle it. He's going to fire back.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad he is firing back. But, you know, when they talked about some of the things they've talked about that he's gotten mad, I don't blame him for getting mad about not wanting to do a debate. I wouldn't do one either.
No, that's, and you know, that leads right into our next story here of the debate
Right.
is it. He goes, no, I'm not doing that.
I mean, it's crazy because you don't know on the other side if somebody, number one, has been fed the questions. They already know them. And if they have, they could have a teleprompter with everything up there he needs to say so he didn't mess up. I mean, see, it
And
really...
his biggest thing he was saying was they could turn my mic off. And he goes, it wouldn't be fair. And he goes, I'm not doing it.
Right. It's just it's too much that it wouldn't even be like a debate.
Well, you know, you could do this in Florida. You could do it outside. You could even put up plexiglass if you had to.
Yeah.
But spread them out further outside. I think it would work.
Yeah.
But
And if he tests negative, which I think they said they were going to test him again Sunday, would be his 10th day, I think.
Right.
And so if he tests negative, there's no reason why they shouldn't allow it to be a face-to-face,
debate. We'll see what happens with that. That's still a few days off, and they're going to go back and forth, I'm sure, some more.
Yeah.
But, boy, won't you be glad when November 3rd gets here? And we'll probably, after November 3rd, get here and go, golly, when are they going to finish counting all this?
I tell you, I was really disappointed because there was, especially during the debate, like, there was a time where he could have dove on in about the Russia collusion thing.
Trump?
No.
I mean, or Pence?
The Pence, yeah. I mean, he could have, but I don't know. He could have dove on into it, and because she brought up Russia, and I thought, did she really just do that? I think she just kind of cut her own
Who
throat.
is sick of Russia?
Yeah,
I am.
everybody is.
I really could go my life without ever hearing the word Russia again.
But it's the biggest scandalous mess right now because, and like I said yesterday, they're saying it's the biggest thing since Watergate. And,
Yeah,
because Russia knew that she was,
paying for this dossier that was fake.
They knew it. The FBI knew it.
Turns out the president at the time
The
knew.
vice president knew it and everything. I just want to know what's going to happen to Hillary.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
if
have you
it
ever
does
heard-
not, that's the most.
Do you remember that
craziest-
movie Above the Law? There you go.
And see, they need to set an example, and they need to start with her.
But they're not.
Yeah.
You know it as well as I do. As much as you would like for that to, never going to happen. We all know it. So there you go.
Yeah.
Wish we could fix things, but we can't.
Yeah.
As we go to other stories, and this kind of really hits home, especially if you have a daughter in your household. It doesn't matter the age they are. You still need to keep tabs on them and what they're doing and still be an example. And this is just horrifying. I don't know if you remember this. This was a year ago or so. This young lady went to her grandmother's funeral, landed, and they never heard from her again. She had been on a dating app called, what was the name of that thing? Sugar Daddy.
Yeah.
And 23 years old looking for a sugar daddy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's a sad situation, but not only girls,
It happens to guys too.
boys. I mean,
Yeah.
they get on these games and they play online. And I mean, my oldest son he used to play online with the headset and stuff. And there'd be people on there playing from all over the world. I mean, and he wouldn't even know who they were. And
Yeah.
that bothered me. And he was like, Mom, I'm not. And I'm like, don't you ever, tell these people any of your personal information. And just because this person sounds like they're young, they could be
Right.
an adult. Like, because there was a boy, I don't know if he was killed. I cannot remember. I don't think he was. I think they found him and got him back. But these two men on a game, like, tried to
Kidnapped him?
well, they were going to try to get him to have his own gaming channel or something, some kind
Right.
of gaming thing, and they were going to set it up for him and all this kind of stuff, and they were going to meet him and set it up for him. And so he met them, and they kidnapped him. And I don't know what else happened. I don't know if anything happened, but somehow or another he got away, and they were arrested. But
well, you remember not long ago, the gentleman from Tuscaloosa was trying to buy a watch off of Craigslist, went to Columbus and was killed. Lured up and killed over a watch.
Years ago, there was an elderly man and woman who supposedly were going to buy a antique Mustang somewhere, and they met up with somebody, and nobody could find them. They weren't heard from for a while. They found them like off in a lake or something somewhere. The guy had killed them.
Took their money.
So that is just scary.
So it doesn't matter the age, whether you're 20 or 40. Let somebody, or take somebody with you.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's
a scary thing.
And I always just picture you as your kids, maybe one of your sons on a date, and you popping up in the back seat right before he goes to kiss a girl, and going, "No, stop."
Look, he'd probably say exactly right. That's my mom. But I'm one of those, which I know it aggravates him, but I look at Life 360, and I'm like, if I see he's somewhere where I don't, I'll call and go, "Where you at? What you doing?" And he's like, "Mama, you always tell me where I'm at." But when it's your kids, you just want to know that they're okay.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't want to be your daughter-in-law. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it ain't like if something happens to them, you can just get that back,
Oh, I know.
So it's scary.
Mama over here. As we look to our next story, there's things that make you scratch your head and go, say, what? This is America. How can this happen? As we turn this up, what's going on here? This is a building. This guy had a building that was not being used, and some graffiti artists asked, could they paint some stuff on it? He says, sure, but eventually I'm going to sell it, and it'll have to come off.
Yeah.
Well, sure enough, he sells it, and it got real popular, and it had a lot of people going to look at it, and it became what they called a visual rights, artist rights act, if I said that correctly. Well, they sell it and developers tear it down. They get sued by the people that spray painted that art on there, and a court has given them $6.7 million for their artwork that was destroyed. Now, they didn't own anything. Did
anything happen to the man who sold the building?
It didn't go into that.
Okay.
He sold it, and then the new developers come in, and they painted over it, and then they pushed it down later. And the Supreme Court ruled not to hear the case. They left it at the lower court. But how can that happen if you don't own it? How can you sue and win something that was never yours?
Right.
I mean, we don't even, that man probably didn't get no $6 million for that building to begin with.
Probably not. And that is crazy.
And there could be more to that than I know of what was just on that printed story that I read, but wow.
Yeah, I mean, I know people take a lot of time to do stuff like that, but still, it's graffiti. I mean, it's not like it was a landmark.
Well, see, that's what the court was trying to rule it as, a landmark, because so many people knew about it, as the, what's it called, the Visual Artists' Rights Act, which says...
But landmarks should be recorded into some kind of an actual legal book or something somewhere, I would think. So
it just makes you scratch your head and go, what has happened?
Yeah, everything's backwards. Everything's crazy.
I'm worried about us, y'all. I truly am. As we look at our next story, this is starting to become all too often. It's everywhere you look.
Yeah, thank goodness for cameras.
Yeah.
Up in the McDonald's and the different places.
They are looking for this young lady in Indianapolis. This happened at the end of August. She's in the drive-through line. She doesn't get what she wants. She goes inside and throws a hissy fit, throws everything, starts breaking everything. An older gentleman tried to stop her. And I was going to play some of the video, but it was just long and drug out. And she just throws a hissy fit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a recurring thing nowadays.
You see it all the time.
If she still got the hair, I don't think she'd be too hard to find.
The only time I got ugly, me and Angie had been married a year, and we'd gone to the Neshoba County Fair, and I stopped at some drive-through and got some onion rings, and they were burnt. And I asked them to give me new ones, and they wouldn't do it. And and I got in an argument, and that's the only time that I know of.
Well, it is aggravating when you go through the drive-through.
I know.
And you like get all your stuff, and you got a kid in the back seat that you're trying to get situated or something, and then you don't have your straws, or you don't have like the right order or something like that. It's aggravating, but
you
I wouldn't go tear the place up and cuss somebody out and stuff. Then you be rude to me, I'm gonna be rude a little bit back. probably.
You rude? I cannot imagine.
No, I'm not a rude person, just outright. I'm not.
I'm scared of you.
I'm just
I know
saying,
that.
you work in the public. You have to deal with the public. You
That's
got
correct.
to be courteous to people. I mean, I'm not saying just let somebody treat you
Run over
ugly.
you.
Like some of these people come in there and grab them and like cuss them out and stuff. I mean, I understand getting aggravated, but
Breaking things because you didn't get the
Everybody
right
just
order.
needs to be
It can
nice.
be fixed.
Yeah.
They can give you a new hamburger.
right. I always try to be nice because like I work in the public too, and I don't want somebody being ugly to me.
Have you ever had therapy?
No therapy.
Yeah.
No.
Just checking.
I probably need some therapy.
Well, this goes to the thing of sometimes these. We mentioned polls a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes you, do I believe a poll or not? This will really make you go, USA Today done a poll, and they put it out on Twitter. The only thing is, it was the vice presidential debate, and they wanted to know who won.
Mm-hmm.
They left Pence off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How do you do that?
Purposely.
So it makes you see that, well, sometimes not everything
Yeah.
is what meets the eye. Is that what I'm looking
Right.
for?
Like we said the other day, I don't know where they get these poll numbers from, but I wouldn't trust them. So.
Yeah. Well, if you ever had something parked in a garage and you thought, maybe my car's worth a little bit, this shocked me when I saw this story. The OJ ride, remember it, the Ford Bronco that he
Yes.
took that famous ride? Well, this is one just like it that had 29 miles on it. A guy bought it for his father, and his father got sick. He put it in storage, and his father never got well, and it never come out of storage. And it's been sitting there in storage ever since. 29 miles on it, and it sold at auction for $90,000.
Gosh. Yeah, like I said, I think my dad had one like that.
Wow.
You know.
Wisconsin, they're real popular right now. But would you give $90,000 for a
No.
Ford Bronco?
I wouldn't, but I mean, I guess these car people that are really
That just
into
doesn't seem like
that green thing in the back. What is that?
that's
It's some
a
kind of Jeep.
Yeah, that's a Scout. I think an international Scout.
Okay,
maybe.
there down the road from my house, there's a person who has like a bunch of cars out in their old cars. They look like they probably don't run. There's one of those sitting out in his yard.
That could be a Land Cruiser. I'm not real sure.
Yeah, it's one sitting in his yard though. It's just sitting there with the grass growing up around it.
Of it all.
So they probably don't run. I don't know.
But there's a lot of people that love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I like old trucks, like the old
50-something model trucks
yeah,
or earlier.
yeah, the old trucks. Whichever ones had the wooden beds. Is that what
Well,
years
they
would
had
that be?
them. Well, are you talking about in the bed of it or the sides of it?
The bed.
Mine up to my 66 had it.
Okay. I just like the old trucks. I don't I'm not so much about old cars. Now I do like a Camaro. I think those look
69
cool.
Camaro is just like
The old Mustangs. We used to have a 67.
those were gorgeous.
We had a 67 Mustang. My brother had it. Actually, it was the ugliest green they
But they just don't make cars anymore with character. And I guess the closest thing with character these days would be Dodge, because Dodge has really stepped up with the Challenger and those type cars, the Hellcats. Those do. But outside of that, I can't think of the Mustang. Okay,
Yeah.
Mustang, they redone those.
Yeah.
But that's it with muscle cars now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Everything else just kind of blends in.
Yeah. And everything kind of starts looking the same. You notice that?
It does.
Like all the cars, just nothing really sets them aside from the others, anymore.
Might be because I drive mine for 12, 15 years. As much as cars cost these days, you have to.
I know.
But that's a quick look at our news and local headlines here. Coming up, we'll be telling you more about the hurricane, where it is, what's forecasted, and what it will do for our area. That's right around the corner. And I hope you have a good weekend.
Yeah, I hope you do. And I hope that it doesn't get bad, the weather doesn't
Right.
get really bad.
So it's looking better for us. We'll give you all the details coming up in just a moment with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. The Lauderdale County Farm Supply exit 151 right off the interstate will lead you to some great deals on some T-shirts this week. And, of course, they've got all types of clothing. If you're looking for Carhartt, they've got those. If you're looking for blue jeans, all of that in stock. And, of course, T-shirts that look good, they feel good. Those are well-built shirts there. Go by and see them. If you need some bib overalls, they got those as well. But now, this is a co-op that has a little bit of everything that you need there. From, as we've mentioned, the skillets before. You can't find them everywhere these days. Those iron skillets, they cook great if you need one. If you're looking for deer season, little buddy heaters to keep yourself warm, maybe you're thin-blooded like I have all of a sudden had to be in life and didn't know it. And, well, You need to stay warm. They've got them for you. Lightweight, you can carry them anywhere. I've even used them in an open deer stand before. Yep, that'd be me. When I get cold, I'm cold. When you move to your pets, there's nothing more important to you than your pet. And, of course, they got value-packed dog food that they can help you out with. A few samples still left there. They come with 28% protein, 20% fat. Talk to them about it. They get you hooked up with some great dog feed there. And, of course, anything else you need from leashes to taking care of your pups. If you need a good pair of work boots, there's nothing like the Georgia work boot. Lightweight, handy, versatile boot. You don't hurt your feet all day wearing them. It's almost like a pair of tennis shoes. That good. See them. And, of course, with it being rainy today and hurricanes and all around of us, having a great boot to keep your feet wet, that's what those are, the Nasha. See them today. Keep you real dry there. As deer season approaches, we've got deer feeders that die from year to year, and maybe you don't have one at all. Well, they've got those at Moultrie, the new one with the built-in electric varmint guard. You can get all of your deer attractants, the sugar beet, or if you want the power station, they got that. From deer cameras, all of this, SD cards, the ones that shoot it directly to your phone. As you're planning, I still know a lot of folks who hadn't got that seed in the ground yet are planning on doing it hopefully on Sunday afternoon and getting that in there. Buckbusters, you can also get the Southern Buck, that's wheat, forage oat, all mixed together for you. But if you're still traditional, like to do it yourself, they've got the wheat, they've got the oats and the ryegrass where you can do it yourself and still simply taking care of all your cattle. Your horses, they've got that to feed for your pigs. There you go. The Lauderdale County Farm Supply with their own gun department now with scopes and, of course, ammunition. Anything that you might need. The Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Exit 151 off the interstate is where you go to get to, hometown folks. They've been there a long time and take care of you. As we switch gears back to weather this morning, of course, brought to you by MEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. We're going to have some wet weather. As we look at this, the National Weather Service, let me pull this up, just updated this. Let's pull this over where you can see it a little bit better here. Limited threat. Now, what this means here in our area is sustained winds of 20 to 25 miles an hour. We could have gusts up to 30 to 40 miles an hour. That's in the flood. Now, this is going to be the wind threat that we've got here. As we go to the flood area, it's going to cut about Vicksburg for the heavy rain, and we have a limited threat of 2 to 3 inches in our area. Back across Vicksburg, 4 to 6 inches. All right, now this is what they're predicting on tornadoes tonight through Saturday morning. And we will have our area here for Meridian this afternoon through tonight. Most of the north of us will be tomorrow. Tonight to the early mornings. We've got this through tonight in our area, so there is a chance. I'll be on standby to watch this for you throughout the day. Should it turn bad there, as we look at the chances of rain today, we're going to be getting some here in the Meridian area as well, as we've mentioned. So we've got some rocky weather ahead of us. It could be a whole lot worse, so we're not going to complain at all. We'll be watching it very closely over the next few hours to see how it does and as this storm makes landfall. As we look what the National Weather tells us for today, we have a 80% chance of showers like we mentioned earlier. Our rain amounts between a tenth and an inch. Higher amounts back west of us there, and we still have that gust as high as 30 miles an hour tonight. As we move into this 80% chance of rain, 72 for our low. So we're pretty much the same thing. We could be nowhere in this are they predicting 2 and 3 inches for us. Most of these are half an inch, so it could total up over a period over 3 days of maybe 2 inches is what it looks like. So we're in good shape. As we go back to radar, let's turn this off so we can show some what we're going to have for our extended forecast here. Let me get that pulled up for us here. As we go back over to the weather there, as we show that 80% chance for today, 90% tomorrow, and roll into Sunday down to a 40% chance early and then clearing, and then slight chances of rain through the week there. Highs in the 70s. We will Monday hit 85. So we watch that carefully. It's not as bad as it could be. We back out one more chance of looking at what we've got with radar and rain this morning of what's going on. We pull this up. We have some light showers here in northern Lauderdale County, just north of Marion. As we look at this is going to be where Northeast High School is, following out to 45 where the old cotton gin was, and we roll up 45 there. We got a little bit at Lauderdale, out by 495 out here, 493 right there where it is by the old telephone, Hughes Telephone. And Kemper County still getting some light showers from Portal all the way through Scuba up to Bennsville this morning. So that's a quick look at what's happening there. So lots going on with weather. It is a weather day that we will watch very closely there. Have I mentioned the Piggly Wiggly lately? Yeah, they've got some great deals going on this week. Also, as we turn to Joe and all his gang out there, mandarin oranges, you can get those 2-pound bags for $4.99. You can get the grapes, if you're a big grape eater, and there's some folks around here that do it at my house, $1.99 for that seedless green or red. Squash, if you're looking for that, yellow or zucchini, $1.99 a pound with those Idaho potatoes. And, of course, I know you've seen those commercials forever. You can get 8 pounds for $3.99, those Idaho trucks. You can also get A1 steak sauce for $3.99. That's that 10-ounce bottle. You can get the Heinz 57 if you're going to be serving up steaks for $3.49. And if paper towels, always handy to have those around, the Big Mopper for 89 cents a roll there. Captain Crunch, some cereal there. You can get those. Also, you can get steaks this weekend. The T-bone steaks, $8.99 for the family pack, certified Angus beef a pound. Great tasting, too. And a rump roast is what you're hankering for, $2.99 a pound. And Oscar Mayer wieners. You can get them hot dogs, 2 for $3, the 16-ounce. Drinking water, 3 for $9. That's the 24-pack. What a deal that is. And again, all out at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, short drive to be around friendly folks that are locally owned and operated right here. So that'd be great to do that. As we take on today, it's going to be several break-ins with weather as we watch this as it nears us. So we'll be back with more weather here at Scotty Ray's Weather.
During these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by